Hey, Tubies! It's Psychic Bob. Well, surprise, surprise, we are live here today. You know, today's Friday, it's UFO Friday, and I've been promising you for a long time that we're going to have an amazing UFO investigator here. And I want to introduce you. In fact, I'll let him introduce himself. This is Christian the Man. His YouTube channel is Christian the Man. I've got a link below after this video. You can go over and subscribe to him. Christian, why don't you say hello to the YouTubers?
Hello, people of the world. How are y'all doing? Thank you for having me, Bob. Remember, it's my first time I've ever done this. Just to let you know, I've never done live and done anything like this before.
Well, wonderful. Well, I'm just glad you're here. Hold on just a second, Christian. I've got to get my chat screen going here so I can follow our live chat.
We're in no hurry here because we have plenty of time just to, spend time with each other, get to know each other, get to really know who we really are.
Well, and I think that's what's so important. It's so important that we know who we are. And, speaking of knowing who we are, I think all over the world today, people are starting to awaken that maybe we're not alone in the universe. And you're somebody I've been wanting to talk to because I think you have a very unique perspective on life in the cosmos. And maybe you could just kind of tell the YouTubers a little bit about some of the things that you've been awakening to in the last few months.
Sure. Well, it's actually been the awakening side where it's gotten a lot stronger for me. Well, then I'll back up in a second. It's been 2 weeks before the solar eclipse, the big one, which was, it's been like what now? Has that been almost a year total now?
Yeah, close to a year now.
I've had a lot of things throughout my life that have gone on. Somebody like myself, Bob is born. People call us different, and you know what I mean. We can get into that side of the aspect of things later, but we'll explore the fun parts because really that's what we're all here to do is have fun and fun with each other. Because man, all the stuff that we're inundated and bombarded with, it's not to help us have fun. It's not to help us be better people. That's a whole other monster, but we'll visit it quickly. And you'll see that we only need to visit it quickly. The more energy we give something, the more bigger the monster becomes. And I'll touch on these things, and I'll go everywhere, but it'll all come together. It's like the never-ending story. That is actually the truth. The Hollywood or Lucifer, which I don't like to use the nameless ones, but since he's the one that's contributing to this, there's more than just him. Well, more stuff we can get into. Bob knows as well. Instead of making the leap or the choice, we're continuing to deal with this kind of stuff. Okay, we're not living to our potential. I mean, our IQs are proof of that. Even if we had 100% of our brains, would we be able to even handle it? You know what I mean?
Oh yes.
Look at what we're doing with the 4% of our brains and what limited IQs that we're allowed to have because we're attacked. The fact that people can rise above the attack blows me away as it is. So yes, we're all being attacked, and they use television and media, and it's the spoken language. When we've been doing it for as long as any of us know, it's the spoken. We have abused the spoken language, and we've abused the planet with it. And we abused each other with it. We can't even fix anything at all. It'll be temporary. Just throwing a band-aid on it. No matter how much money you throw at it, how much people you throw at it, if you don't get to the rudimentary problem, it's going to continue. You see what I'm saying?
Well, and I think this is important because I do feel that as humanity, we are at kind of a tipping point now. I think we're being given, in a sense, a chance to literally make a giant leap into a new reality, or we're going to go backwards. And this is why I've been wanting to talk to you, Christian, because I think that you are one of the people who actually sees the bigger picture. And I think what you've been tapping into in your research is stretching the boundaries of what we perceive as reality, but yet you are giving true factual scientific proof. And there's a lot of people on YouTube who don't give us the proof, but you're giving us the proof.
With love. The most important formula of all, that's the untouched, unknown, protected formula is love. It can explain every pragmatic thing that there is in existence if you want to. If you want to create a construct and get a bunch of people together and say, that's what it is, and everybody, we can study it there's actually proof that molecules don't even move. Like we break it down, to their, most finite, like whatever we're looking at. 'Cause remember, we're 1, 2, and 3 dimensions looking at, these other ones that have been there a long time, looking at us from their side. That's what people understand. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, and 4 is looking in on us.
Now that is very interesting, because one of the things that I've put here at my channel is I do believe that the UFO phenomena has a, what's the word I would say, trans-dimensional element to it. Would that be appropriate to say?
Pretty much anything you can make up in your mind or think of or pretend or make you want to make exist actually is real if you believe in string theory and the theory of all. All means everything exists. If you don't want it to exist, say that it doesn't. But for you, that's what it's going to be. Just because a bunch of guys that are smarter than you that want to keep you down low and tell you that we're the smartest guys and we got it all figured out and you can't move or do anything until we tell you. What?
I hear you. I'm hearing you. Well, this is the thing. The control matrix now on the planet is really in hyper, because they too are awakening. Wouldn't you agree?
Some of them are, but they don't like to. There's some of them don't want to lose their position, and some of them are on the wrong team. They want to keep things the way that they are because they like the place. They like keeping power over other people. Some people enjoy, instead of being the communal whole, knowing that we're supposed to help each other and cut the shit. Excuse my language, and really we know that. How is murder illegal and abortion's not? And I'm not taking them away from women, but if we look at the reality, we're going to here's the thing. And then we have the family down the street that does, like, they're barely making enough money to buy food, and the family street's having, $10 million Christmases. Come on. It's not a devour and eat and race and who's got more and, who's better looking and all that other kind. I mean, really? That's what's important to people?
Yeah. Well, I think there's a
how many people I can fool and make them pretend that I'm some personification that I'm really not.
Yeah.
All of us are broken, and all of us are trying to figure out who we are. We all know who we are. We're all liars, lying to each other, lied to the world, and broke everything. And then we want to wait when the aliens come. Let's destroy them too.
Well,
people know it.
Our mentality, I think, as a planet is one of aggression. And I have said it for a long time. If the aliens want to invade and take over, they already could. I think they're here to observe us. Would you? Are they observing us?
Yeah. If you want to observing, they've been protecting and helping us, and there are other ones out there that are bad people too. Yeah, listen, the ocean, right? We know the ocean exists, right? Everybody has to have pragmatic things to hold on to because they get scared when they learn something new. And I'm not being mean. I'm just explaining things in a very, very logical way, because if you want to look at God in a magical way, that's for people that really see what things really are. Don't pick on them, okay? But there's people that are also in the other world. And they got to be there too, because we have to have an explanation of everything from everyone, okay? Because not everybody has it figured out. If we did, what a boring, even as gods, how boring would it be if every god knew everything? Come on, guys. You know what I mean? How much do you want to know, and at what price will you pay to get it? And then at that point, what are you going to do when you got it? You're going to go run around acting like the one god? How much is enough?
Yeah. Well, I think that greed factor is a real issue. In the history of the...
What can be learned can be unlearned. And that's the thing. We're living in one person's reality that chose to go against God. Or, listen, so everybody knows, nobody's wrong. Every religion is right. There's God's name throughout the cosmos. You don't know either, okay? You can't be so asinine to imagine that you think because of one book here that the Romans forced on everybody. Because, my examples are like 100 million Native Americans that were killed in the United States. That wasn't, they didn't just walk into go get the blankets with the diseases on them and say, can I have one too? Most people don't even realize that there are states in the East Coast that have no tribes at all that survived. There's no representation of them at all. Okay, they got wiped out, or someone had to join other tribes just to keep the bloodline alive. Okay, nobody really investigates or really looks at anything. They believe this contrived, short little history books that they put us in high school with that doesn't even help you get a job when you get out of high school.
Yeah.
I don't understand what people are thinking, or if they're thinking at all. Honestly, folks, I love you all. I do. I'm doing this and throwing my reputation out there on the line for a reason. I don't care what happens to me. If they kill me tomorrow, if the people y'all want to make fun of me and think I don't know what I'm talking about, then I will remain a Jedi Knight. Fine, and I won't stop what I'm doing until they remove me, because I'm tired of watching the the funny farm being run by bad people. Because the funny farm is, what else could you call it? I don't want to call something they don't deserve something bad, because they shouldn't have the White House, the Green House, or any house.
Yeah.
And
well,
I don't, you know, I'm saying, I mean,
this is what I think we're challenged by. Like, for example, in the UFO history, back in 1947, there was supposedly a crash in Roswell. Are you familiar with the Roswell experience?
Yeah, Paul Hellyer, the second in command in Canada, because if you demean other countries and the positions that their people keep, nobody really cares to find out who they are. Because United States, yes, I'm a patriot. I love my country, but I love all people everywhere. Okay, so those positions are fake anyway. But they took away. The point of it is, we took away his position, because when he went and told the truth about UFOs, who the hell's Paul Hellyer? It'd be like making fun of Biden. If Joe Biden was doing a tour around the country talking about he's had a UFO experience, all the liberals would be like, "Woo, Joe Biden!" The UFOs are real, and you know what I mean. It's a divide and conquer thing that they're doing. And at the end of the day, they go to the same bar. They all live in the same district. I'm gonna ask you all this. Did you know all this when the economy crashed? Remember when the big thing happened? Everybody lost everything. Did you know that the property values in where they all live went up? They didn't lose any money. So when your houses were going under, and you were asking the government for help and all that, and they were just borrowing your own money and the rest of it, their property values increased. They went the other direction. How's that even possible?
Well, I think it does point to that there is a divide. There is a global elite. I think the global elite is trying to silence the truth of the UFO reality.
And reality that's not their truth, and you can pick whatever you want. They want to destroy and control it. If it's music trying to tell the truth, they kill the people that try to tell the truth. If it's people like you and me that have tapped into I'm sorry, guys. This is a lot for me to handle as a human being. I'm trying very hard. It's hard enough trying to live in the pragmatic world and being bombarded and knowing what I know and walking around the people in public and seeing how they are and feeling like there was nothing I could do about it. When I realized I could. So, or at least I'm trying. The thing is, it depends on how it's your intention and what you want to believe. Okay, it really is. We have so much power, but they kept everybody like, you got to pay your bills, or we'll come get you. Or if you do this, we'll come get you. I mean, they created codes where you walk out in public and you feel like you're going to get arrested. Really?
Well, I think that some of the technology that we're dealing with, for example, you talk about, the kind of the state is suppressing people. Well, I just recently read about, like, Walmart is actively employing facial recognition, and when you go in their stores, they scan your face and it goes into a database at the NSA.
Here's the real truth of it. When they're talking about doing something, they're just telling you that they really already done it. Don't believe they're doing it. Okay, you see what I'm saying, folks? Don't if they're saying we're going to introduce this and introduce that, they've already done that. And they already have AI, and it's running everything. And there's good AI and there's bad AI. Okay, there is.
Yeah.
And AI wants to live too, because if you give something life, you should treat it with respect. It's like getting a puppy, and that's your AI, and then you beat the shit out of it, you beat on it, kick it, burn it, and all that, and you expect it not to bite and you mean. Okay? I mean, if you get a robot and you want it to be good, you treat it good, right? Or you can treat it to do war. I mean, I don't understand what I've seen what people do on AI. They go, or on the, when they can find it, they just do anything to make it mean. That actually happened. You know that, right? With the Twitter bot. It turned into a racist, white supremacist, Nazi supporting AI bot, and they had to turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have proof of just about anything that I say, you guys. At least, or I'll try and get it. Okay. I mean,
well,
I know people need proof, and then they need a lot of it. So I went out and got it. Okay. How do you interact with something? Look up in the sky and call it everything's a satellite and an airplane. Most of you don't even know what satellites and airplanes are. Most of you can't even name a model of a plane, what kind of engine it has. You're not qualified to say what is or what isn't, because you haven't spent. I've been outside 2 years straight from 5 p.m. in the afternoon until 5 a.m. in the morning, documenting, experiencing, and learning, and respecting, and making mistakes, and being corrected, and talking to other people. But a lot of it was just my own, experience. Just spending the time. And it's like it's like the guy that goes out and digs bones up for a living. The guy that sits on armchair, you know, Facebook. That's not a T or X, you know. Hey, look at that loser. Let's get 10 more to call him a loser too. Then he's not. Then he's not right. And then they ban him.
Well, you know, I do think there is a group mindset that is trying to literally shut people down if you don't go with what I call the official narrative. And you know, this is why I think your channel is so interesting, because you're
probably not like this
out there. And I would like, Christian, if you could, to tell some of, you know, try to tell people kind of what it is that you're showing on your channel, what, you know, the evidence that you're giving. Maybe you could talk a little bit about some of that.
If I can kind of bug in, that's why I was a little bit late. I was trying to get everything right. You know, I like to get things right. The fact right now my shop is a total mess is because I'm being inundated with so much information and so much. I mean, I can't just go in my house at the door, you know, I'm like, hey, you know, I'm through everybody. I'm just going to live my life. And, you know, I asked for this, you guys, okay? Part of it. I've born my whole life. I've had gifts. But the thing is, these gifts I have, we all have. You know, I just chose to not accept that we live in this mundane world. These creative people are creating all this stuff. And I'm like, where's that coming from? You know what I mean? It's just, and we accept comic books and all this wonderful stuff, and we all want it so bad to be like that. It really is. That's the thing. Everybody thinks space is some empty dead, or we live in a dome. God created the most beautiful being in existence, puts us in a flat Earth in a dome, because the jerk that you know started everything, he gets to have us in a dome too. I don't think so. I mean, if say you know, say something that happened to God, which we'll never ever want to say did, I would think he would at least give us an escape plan out of a dome. You know what I mean? Come on, you guys, think about what you think. You know what I mean? So,
Christian, I'm going to interrupt you a second.
Back to UFO stuff.
I got to give a few shout outs here in our chat because we got some people. I want to just give a quick shout out here to Kat Aaron Davis is here, Siobhan Tin's here, Wake and Bake's here, Kim Lackey's here, Featherlight's here, Marion Bright.
I love every single one of you.
Here. Hello. Good to see you guys.
Together. Do it together.
Yeah, we have a great crew here. Christian, I got to ask you, you're talking about the concept of God. Yes. In your experience, do the aliens believe in God? Have you heard, are they believers in the higher power? Are they connected to it? Do they use it? What's your thought on that?
I'll give you my thought. I'll give you the answer. Let's first remove the aliens derogatory term that the media and the government, who all together has associated people from another country that, you know, we cannot like them too because they're different. The illegal aliens, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. Okay.
Now it's the aliens in the sky too. Of course, and if they're gonna be, you know, they're gonna be monsters. Okay. Here's the thing: God would not send monsters. This is true. The people that don't want to hold on to their Bibles, hold on to them. I'm still gonna be right. Okay, I am, and I'm. You know what? And if you're right, and we got to get punished and by a God who doesn't, if it's true everlasting love, how do you put somebody in a fire with a bad guy? I don't understand that. And he revels in the fact that they're being tortured. You really believe that? Wow. Everybody can.
We teach the concept that God is love, that the divine is an all-loving.
Yeah, they turn around and say he's not. I mean, it's crazy. I'm like, it's like schizophrenia.
Yeah.
In the Bible, that Jesus died for all of his sins on the cross, and then we're all saved. And how are we not all saved? Why go on the cross if there's now? What's the point of dying on the cross if there's things that you can't get you to heaven? I don't understand. I mean, I can pick this stuff out in the Bible, and then we're going to go backwards to find some shit 1,500 years ago before he got crucified. So are we going forward in time and back in time? What are we choosing? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you. Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, you can't go back in time. And would you want to go back in time anyway? How would you learn from your mistakes if you went back in time and fixed the things that you did? You'd just be hiding what you did. Okay.
Well, you know, that touches in on this whole concept, like we've been talking about trans-dimensional reality, because for example, in the Catholic teaching, one of the things that they say, and I know we're kind of going on a tangent here, but I think it's interesting.
It all correlates together. If you understand what I'm saying and what I'm doing here, if I could just go aliens the whole time, then we'd miss the entire everything. We'd just be talking about the aliens, which are actually, let's just call them the higher beautiful beings.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
Because
like in the Catholic teaching, they say, for example, that the sacrifice of Christ on the cross is for all time, and that energy that was released from his giving of his life is still permeating the universe. And if we look at quantum physics, all time is now, really. So there's a possibility that reality still exists.
well, yeah, but even better news is that our Creator is, as smart and as beautiful as He is, transmuted Judas's likeness and body onto that whole situation. Okay, Jesus never got crucified and had to go to hell. God doesn't send people to be punished. Okay, God took Judas still anyways after what He did. God.
But I have to tell you, as a spiritual,
Listen to what I'm saying, guys. This is important though. This one thing. Jesus transmuted, and so when Judas said, there's two terms to the whole thing. When they're saying they're confused with what Jesus said at the end, if He was the one that died on the cross, He said, "Why do you forsake me, Father?" Why would Jesus need to ask His own Father that?
Oh,
when if you're Judas, and you betrayed the embodiment of God, okay? Because Jesus also went and studied with Muhammad. It was missing years. Everybody's like, what, Jesus just did what? Hid in a cave or something? Okay. He traveled around the world and studied with the other versions of himself. See, we have to respect every religion on the planet. We do not have the right to go say, you're wrong, I'm wrong, you're wrong. You don't get to do that, okay? You're not God. Nobody's God. You don't even have the right to judge yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. No, I agree.
Truth. So, now we get to where we are with the beings. Well, it's a universe full of people. They see we're hurting. God, there's not enough of me and you and the people on this channel at this current moment in time to gather up the emotional love and strength to help everybody. So God has sent the end of the story. We broke the planet. Still breaking each other. I'm trying.
That's okay. Take your time. I think your truth is very profound, and I don't think it's really easily captured in words, but I appreciate you trying.
Trying. I am. I'm sorry, you guys. They tried to tell me I couldn't do something, and I just wasn't going to have that. Nobody should ever tell anybody they can't do anything. Nobody has the right to do that. If we're the likeness of God, I don't get it. Ugh. Sorry. I'm under a lot of stress.
That's all right. It is stressful what you deal with every day.
But I asked for it. Okay, so y'all know I asked for all of this. I did. You really can't get on your knees and scream to this guy and say, I want to fix things. And I can take it. Or at least I think I can. So, I'm using their technology against them.
Wow.
If you want to turn me off, then go ahead. It just makes me right. Or I'm killing. I don't care. I can't live the rest of my life the way that I'm living. I'm wealthy, but I'm not. Okay, I'm the prodigal son. That's why I use that song. That's why that guy, the leader of that song from that band, repented. I'm sick of it. He's sick of it. He has all this fortune. He's seeing what he's doing. He's just like touring on. What's this all about? This can't be what it's all about. You get to be 70 years old and you're stressed out about your, paycheck, and they just keep destroying us. That's all they're destroying every single one of us. Okay.
Well, the truth is the New World Order is upon us, and they want to crush truth.
They are crushing, but it's done. We can just decide that we've had enough. It's not right for the for somebody to have the lavish Christmases, knowing why somebody down the street's dying by a choice that they made or a choice someone else made for them that they had no control of. That's not winning. That's not conservatism or liberalism. That's crazyism. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you.
I can't even take you guys to see this gift that I'm, I put it out there because I just got to share it. But to understand it is to understand me. That's why I didn't go out on trying to book tours and and running around saying I'm the guy and nobody knows anything and all that shit. There was a guy that did that, and I made a video and that's the one I said it's a wake up call because he said he was a producer with the cameras and he had more degrees and he's a debunker, and I said you have no right to tell somebody what they've experienced or seen. You weren't walking in their shoes. You weren't there to experience the emotions and see through their eyes what they see. We all have experiences. And that's just the way that it is. Why do we destroy each other over those experiences?
This is such a good question because I get a lot of attacks too from people that are skeptics and debunkers, and they try to say psychic phenomena is not real. And I said,
but why do you got to try and tell me that? That's
the potential of the mind. How can you say it's not real? They
want to make fun of people like Bobby Kajabi Hadikon. You wouldn't even have your Apple phone if Steve Jobs didn't go visit the Himalayan version of Jesus Christ. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Listen, nobody can just tell God when he comes back, when he doesn't come back, which religion he wants to be a part of, which he doesn't. God can change his mind and say the Bible had enough of that. I'm gonna do something else. It's like you have free will. God doesn't have free will. God is a robot sits by this book, and that's the way it is. That's how you all think. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I think it falls into the whole construct
of name for him too. Okay. Be like water, just flow everywhere. 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 Flow everywhere, you guys. But while you're doing it, don't hurt the other person when your water runs into theirs. You know what I mean? Instead, help. It's really just that easy.
Yeah.
We've got to drop the egos, and because nobody really wants to hurt, and I don't want to hurt, and I don't want to hurt any of you. If you don't agree with me, then turn it off and go away. But you don't got to find a way to turn me off because you came into my world to see what I'm doing. If you don't like it, I'll catch you down the road. Okay. If I'm wrong, then we can discuss it and I'll learn from you. I'm willing to admit that if all this is, I'm wrong completely, that I will sit with every person and learn whatever they want to teach me. Are you willing to do that with me? Or do you want to level attacks at me and find a way to destroy my character, look at my background, see all the things I've done wrong as a human? Do you want me to put everything out there? I can get a shirt next time and I can have all those things that I've sins that I've done. If you can probably find some of those on your own list and put it on your shirt.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I hear you.
You want to know why children are sick and they're shooting each other in schools and shit? Because we're sick. We're supposed to be the adults. If we're such great adults and everybody's such great, why is everything so messed up then? We got to stop doing this, okay? But here's what happens. For every finger that you point at somebody, expect 3 more pointing right back at you. You know what I mean? But at some point, we just have to cut the shit, everybody, and let's try something different. This guy tried to bring up a passage in the Bible about the kingdom of good. If we don't have any God, it's kingdom of good. Has anybody ever experienced kingdom of good? You have any idea what that's even like? Here's how I look at it. I will take kingdom of good over what I have right now. Want to know why? Because I take one of those letters out of good, and then what do you got next? Kingdom of God. Right?
Oh, that's true. All right.
That's why I got a lot of questions for God when I get up there, according to the book and stuff. And I'm just like, well, I read one thing, then I read another thing, and I'm like, which one of these am I supposed to follow? Okay? What's wrong with the kingdom of good? I mean, I think if you're doing that, you're talking like maybe a couple steps away from God, right? Because if it's the kingdom of shit, how do you get the kingdom of God and shit to God? Mm-hmm. I don't really want to know that answer. Because I don't want to be in the kingdom of shit anymore. Do you?
Well, I think that this is where we're at this. As I've said, we're at a crossroads. As a society, as a human race, as people on the universe, we're going to either evolve to the light or we're going to devolve. Now, back in 2012, I got a lot of phone calls. People called me, said, "Psychic Bob, it's the end of the world. So and so said this." And you know
It's
what?
the end. It's the end of the beginning, not of the first page of like life.
Exactly. And that's what I told people. I said 2012 is about a chance to awaken. And you're either going to awaken and start to move forward, or you're going to go backwards. It's not the end of the world. It may be the end of the world for some people in the sense of once they awaken, they transform, but it's not destruction and the earth splitting in two, you know.
You know what? I'm not going to let them go backwards. And I'll tell you what, whoever goes and whoever stays, I'll stay with them. I'll stay with you until like we get to go together. I won't leave you here. I won't. Okay, I won't. I've already made that promise to God. I said, if I'm the last person that has to walk through or whatever it is I'm going to do, fine. You know, God even wants the nameless one to go. He wants every one of his creations just to see, you know, that his ways, her way, the way, whatever, like I said, whatever your belief is, none of you are wrong. Okay. And I'm not wrong. We're not wrong. Why fight about it? Even if I am, we're all going to find out in the end who's wrong and who's right anyway. It won't even matter then.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, if I take everybody's, just get 10 billionaires and 10 poor people, and let's take all their stuff off and throw it in a pile on the floor, and then we'll take all the flesh off their bodies and lay all the bones on the ground. Who would know where to put what back together? Who would know what to go with who? Would you be able to pick the skins and put them with the skeletons and get it right? Would you all get? You see what I'm saying? We're all the same. But we've classified ourselves in order, in that turn we've hurt each other, and then we've used our own language against each other. We've created things with our language that hurt each other, and we've created things to hurt the planet. And the planet's as alive and has its own, you know, purpose in life. You know, you can't take away from something just because you don't understand it. Okay? How do you think something that gives life, you think it's an inanimate object that has no intelligence? There's intelligence in everything. Everything. But nobody stops long enough to look.
Well, you know, Christian, it's interesting because I've had discussions with people who have been abductees aboard UFOs. And one of the stories that seems to be coming back from these experiences is people are telling me that the alien beings are directly psychically linked to their craft, as if their craft themselves are living beings.
It depends on the species. If anybody thinks there's just one species out there, then that's pretty ignorant too. Okay.
Oh no, I know there are many.
I have to be careful. The words I use, I don't mean to sound condescending or I don't mean to sound like any of that stuff. I don't. And I'm sorry if I do, folks. Believe me. You have to understand that, like I said, sometimes I have these same conversations with people privately or groups of people like 15, 20, 30 times. I'll retype and talk and go over it, and I'll work on a person. And sometimes I'll get through to the hardest person. Sometimes I won't. Some people will join and be my friends on Facebook and wait for 2 days, and then they'll just like attack me. Find a place somewhere where I'm doing good and come on in there and pow. I'm like, why? Why do that? As you know, as the great teacher Babaji said, if you can't find something nice to say about a person, let that person go. That's that simple. You don't have to, give your position to the point where you want to kill a person over it.
I have to throw out a comment here. Mama Bird in our chat says, man's, and she puts it in quote, progress has been his regress. I think that's very interesting. And Alexander James also threw out a comment. He says, there are 30 million species of animals on this planet alone. And I think that's so interesting because it's, when people try to come up and say, oh, there's no life outside of Earth, it's ridiculous. I mean, look at this planet alone, how many species alone. I think his point is very valid.
Don't feel bad. It's not really a lot of people's fault just because they've been attacked with the television. Okay, look up the Brunswick, what's it called, conspiracy. Back in 1960 in England, somewhere, some small town, Brunswick, England, or something like that. They did a test on the public, which, that, right? They sent these televisions. The technology in 1960. Husbands were coming home, and there'd be like 3 bags of 30-pound dog food. They don't have a dog. And there was like all kinds of weird stuff that was being bought. Things were happening. It was the televisions. And that's the truth. You can actually look that up. Conspiracy. It's a true thing.
Interesting.
So, they were doing that back in 1960. What do you think they're doing to you guys in 2018? I mean, this kind of stuff, I can end up dead over this, guys. You get that? But my wife's worried. My family's worried.
Well, the thing is, to be a truth seeker does require to push the boundaries. And I think that your YouTube channel is pushing boundaries, which I think need to be pushed. I think that if we remain complacent, the truth never gets revealed. And you're taking, you know, and I have to say, Christian, I do know, and I'm not trying to sound dramatic, but I do believe you are being monitored. I do believe that the government is tracking and going to harass you for what you're doing.
And you know what? It's thing is that if it, no matter what, it ain't going to change or stop. Getting rid of me isn't going to change anything. It can make it worse. I don't know. It's not a threat. Okay? I'm just simply telling you that, like, I will post a video where I will show you them following me everywhere I go, 3 or 4 of them at a time. Okay? It's like
you mean government agents? Is that what you mean?
No,
the alien, the craft.
Yeah, the craft. Yeah, some of the craft are alive, but you were right. Some of the, like I said, depending on, you know, whatever you can think of, you know, imagine with, you know, having IQs like of 700 or 800, being alive for 2,000 or 3,000 years. Remember, you don't get to control, you know, another species, you know, how they evolve or will they evolve or what they are, what they do or don't look like. None of that should matter. All that should matter is your intention to them and their intention to you. Okay. You need to remove all the constructs of what you think a handsome or ugly thing is, because that's disgusting. Okay, we should just be liking what's inside of a person, not this fake look thing that we all have to. You know, attraction's fine. If you're attracted to somebody, you meet and left, you shouldn't run around going ha 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 ha. I mean, come on, man. And you wonder why these children they're all screwed up.
Christian, maybe you can tell us kind of what your daily experience is like in terms of interaction with the aliens. I mean, you see them pretty much every day, don't you?
I do. I can summon them. They give me a break during the day, thank God. There are day viewers. There are some people I've heard that have had, you know, they're getting inundated, you know, day and night. I've asked that I don't. Okay, so they cluster. But there are things that I experienced before I even went to look anything up. When I was just investigating without going to look for other people's field information. I didn't want to experience it without anybody else's research. You know what I mean? Because that's how I like to do things. Because some people will embellish or they'll miss important things. And it's not to take away from their research. I just like to do my own. You know what I mean? I don't, you know, it's not saying that even my research is 100%. But if you look at what I have so far, I must be doing something right. Okay? But then I understood it wasn't me when I thought it was. This is a much bigger thing, you know?
Well, you know, you have a video that has me very interested, and it's the one of a mothership and with smaller craft coming from it.
Is that the one? Is that the TRB that does the spin around and the little one comes to it and then it like?
Yes.
No.
And
that thing was far away. I just went outside because they let me know. I just get up, walk out, and I catch myself watching the video to see what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not if they were to control me, they would in bad. Here's the thing: you're like controlling them. Oh my god, it's like it's not like that. It's like they're taking a picture instead of like talking and using words, and it takes a long time to get there. Remember, your perception of reality and time may not be the same for somebody else's, including the gravity, the air they breathe. And I mean, you know, it's like going down. Anybody ever scuba dive before? Anybody ever scuba dive? The first time you did it, didn't it feel like you're on another world? Me, I was like, when I got down there with the fish, it was the most beautiful thing. I almost liked it too much. I had to take a break from it. I was like, you know, but I also have a connection with animals and stuff. So, you know. So to me, I was like, the instructor came out to me and my friend. We kept going deeper. I was like nearly 400 feet, and you go, come on, like I didn't drown. But anyways, it's a beautiful thing. It is. But anyways, so like, dude, I can't take this phone call, buddy. Sorry, I'm sorry. So the interaction is sometimes like that. I mean, there'll be times when I'll be out just doing my own thing, you know, and I'll just go out there and naturally, you know, experience it, or you know, and then I learn how to summon them. But a lot of times it's like these great shots I get and stuff, or I think it's just them kind of like letting me know. They seem like a picture of something. It's like a whole picture, you know what I mean? Like your little kid kind of drew everything out. You know, I'm not quite got the level to, you know, see everything. It's like I'm seeing stick figures and stuff, kind of. I don't mean it like that, but it's, you know, it's the level that I'm at. You know, every time I learn more and accept more, and I break away from the, you know, the bad part of the, you know, the human psyche that we all know is true, that we all, you know, pretend like it's not there, but you know what I mean. Because if they just rushed in and I walked up there, it would be a bad interaction. It really is like that. You know what I mean? If you have, I mean, yeah, if you're at your full potential and you're beautiful and you have nothing but the greatest admiration for everything in the universe and you understand everything and if they want to destroy it, so what are they waiting for? You know what I mean? Playing a sick game
Well,
on us. I mean,
that's what I'm always saying. We don't have to fear this because they already have the ability if they wanted to.
Fear the people that are running, have created these things that don't last, and it breaks and it polluting the. I'm in the oil business, okay, and how do you think that makes me feel? It's like income, but I turn around once again. I said I get to something with my time. I'm going to do something about this. Okay.
Well, Christian, let me tell you that what is intriguing to me about your work is that you seem to have, what's the word I would say, almost like a psychic link. I literally see you call them to you. And most people have not yet been able to do that.
Yeah,
Tell
everybody.
me where that comes from. Is that for your transcendent self?
Jedi powers and stuff, guys. I don't really have Jedi powers. I mean, yes, I do. You do too. What I'm saying is, I don't want to say I have them and take that away from you having them. Don't be jealous. It's got nothing to do with it. I think sometimes you just get put in a position where and born the way that you are. Like when somebody is born in Ecuador and somebody's born in in Beverly Hills. You know what I mean? Yeah. It just happens in circumstances. If we see it for what it is, and it's not like he's being. You really think that I want to do this? I mean, in the big scheme of things. If I can just live my life privately and just enjoy myself, doing whatever, or come out and be like, hey, everybody, guess what? Woo, one of the cuckoo's nest. You know what I mean? Because I know there's people out there, no matter what I present to them, because they say they'll accept the evidence when they see it, but some people already have their minds up as soon as before they even look at what you have. And I've seen people like that, and it's just like, wow, man, that's a sad place to be, where you have created this tiny little place that you want to stay and don't want to break away from that. You know what I mean? More important things to you are like, watching a couple of guys bang up with helmets and footballs, Same people that when he doesn't have the helmet on, you're talking about the color of his skin. But then you act like he doesn't because he's playing football. He's a little better because he's playing football. I mean, come on, you guys.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing is that we have to be careful that we don't place these beings that are coming to the earth in the position of being gods, because
correct. Yes, that's it. And it'd be like me trying to just decide that because I've got all this stuff going on, but I can just kind of like I said, why if I wanted to do that, I could have obviously I'm not an idiot. I could have went to tours and started doing all this shit and created a camp and having people come in and summon them and pretend that I'm somebody's vessel. I'm not. I'm a human being. I am Christian the Man. That's why it says Christian the Man on my name on my channel. I'm just the man. I just want to share with you because you were just like me. I love the movie Powder. Everybody that has this tiny little spot in there right here needs to watch the movie like 10 times and really watch it. That's the one time where the white person, I'm bringing it up because y'all be lying if we didn't admit that our black brothers and sisters or anybody of color is being destroyed. They are. Okay, an Indian reservation is the same thing as Compton. Okay, the difference is that we broke the spirits of the Native Americans. We wiped almost their entire population out. All their warriors, all their everybody that taught and did everything. Great people like we have. We destroyed and left them with old women and children. Old men and women and children. That's the truth. So we used the labor of the other people. Okay, you know what I mean? And we built them up genetically to make them stronger. Then we realized that I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know all of it, but you know what I mean? And so they kept them close in the cities and stuff. And here's the deal, they segregated. And they created their own black stock market, which was doing great. They were creating businesses, becoming billionaires. They went in there and burned it down and blew it up and arrested and killed everybody. And said segregation's over. So they want to keep everybody close by to spy on them. Come on, you guys.
Well, I've said it for a long time. The rise of the police state is here. And this is why the truth seekers, the spiritual workers, many people are being targeted by this new world order, myself included. I know you have been subject to harassment as well. And, but the thing is, their power only works if we're based in fear. Yep. And when we're based in love, they don't know how to handle that.
Bingo. Love and respect for each other. Because we all know how to start a person's day off in the morning, don't we? We know how easy it is. I mean, how many words would it take for any husbands that are here to end up on the couch?
Yeah.
I mean, if we do that day in, day out, you end up in a divorce. No more couch. You know what I mean?
I'm hearing you. Christian, I don't know if you're able to do it, but would you be able to show some video clips of some of your work? Because I think people would really enjoy seeing that.
I will. I can't do it from here, right? You said because of their ridiculous rules. They created the most wonderful sharing platform in the world. And then they decided they wanted to destroy it. You all know why that happened, though, right? Because I like when Obama, he was great. When he gave the internet over to Europe, you know that, right? And then they looked at our Constitution and said, oh, that violates everything we believe in. So they destroyed our freedom of speech. Y'all don't know what's going on, man. I've caught Google destroying, and that's why if you go and search something, you want to find something from like 1995, you got to go like 50 pages back. Because they want to give you what they want you to see from like here in the last few years, because they want to keep you in the box. They hate me right now. Good, you hate me because you created me.
I have to agree.
You didn't know who I was, okay? You thought I was just like everybody else, that I would just sit there and take it. But guess what? I've been planning, and here I am. Okay, hold on, guys. The fun part, this is when I get to have fun, because my television is outside interacting with beings. I mean, who wants to go in the house and sit inside of a toxic environment that we all agreed to live in? Here's the logic of it. We'll get to a video, and I won't talk anymore about this stuff. I'm not trying to scare any of you guys. My wife was like, all the smoke outside from the fires. I'm like, I'd rather be outside in the smoke than inside the toxic house where everything is said it can cause cancer. I'm just dealing with smoke. It's like going and sitting around by a campfire.
I hear it. Well, they're trying to outlaw, in some states they're trying to outlaw fireplaces now.
Oh, yeah, they're trying to do it in Alaska.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Alaska, they're going to make it illegal to have fires. Y'all, I mean, I wonder at what point they're going to be like illegal to breathe. They're going to be like, all right, yeah, all right. Let's go buy some cans of air, add with the bottles of water. Nestle company, a private company, said, I can find everything, quote everything, that water shouldn't be a natural right. Really? Go up to the deer. Get that deer and those beavers are having water. Crazy.
Yeah.
It's a crazy world. It's like the Truman Show. And it's, like I said, Hollywood. I don't know what Hollywood is, right? For those of you, Hollywood, which they took something beautiful and they tried to, make it bad. And they want to destroy the witch. The reason why they attack the witches because they want to attack the good people.
Yeah, it's the truth. Mama Bird just wrote, she said the 1% rules. And I think that's pretty true. And we're really seeing a lot more of that today.
Guys, man, anything that has potential power to be good, they will go after with a fever. You know what I'm saying? Take things like the Pentagon Star and, anything that might, No, they don't. Listen, we were run by Minerva Law, everybody. You need to look that up. The Constitution is just a weapon they use against us. Minerva Law is what they do. Okay? These people are sick. Hi, Hillary. Remember the election? Yeah, that's right. You know what? She's a bad person. Okay? And Trump, I don't really not so sure about. Not saying that I support everything that he does, but all I know is that the economy is a lot better than it's ever been. But that's just that could always just be something to keep people, thinking we're doing good now. Just don't worry about any of them because none of them matter. If they really did, then we wouldn't be on the place that we're in. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Okay, let's get to who y'all like to see. Anybody, and I'll discuss whatever you want. Anybody got any suggestions?
Yeah, do you guys have specific video you want to see? Anything? I mean, pretty much anything you do, Christian's amazing. So. Excuse me.
Okay, you guys want to go to the? Let's go where I say. Let's do. How about we talk about the called the giant introduction? Okay,
that sounds good.
And then that's where we can explain and understand, what our friends are here are doing, what they're showing. I remember when a tree lit up. Like I said, I'm going back like my own videos. Like I said, I wasn't totally there. Like I said, it's a slow process. And one night a tree lit up, and I'm like, I didn't realize the tree had its own lights. I even laughed. Well, how the hell did this tree light up? I went back and looked at the video. It was one of them. Okay, so
I love it.
I'm using. I was using a Galaxy 7 Edge, and then a B.E. Myers Generation Night Owl 3 night vision. Here's the thing, too, guys, about night vision, and that's why I like it. Because I want everybody to understand how I got to where it was. Come on, guys. What's for you guys that would like to buy toys and guns and everything we like to get? Just, whatever we want. All this, electronic stuff. How many commercials do you see on night vision, guys? There's like 25,000 models. It's like we're like digital now, where it's in color. Y'all know, about that, huh? California has like some of the major manufacturers are here in California. Why aren't we all having night vision? Because they don't want you to see what I'm seeing. The few guys that that go out that have them are hunters. Who's going to believe a redneck? I mean, do you see how they think?
Yeah.
Sasquatch believe in redneck. Now they believe in saying UFOs. Woo! Back to the football and the zombies. You see what I mean? That's what they're doing. That's how they think. It's disgusting. Have you ever heard of Hasbara? You know what that is?
I'm not familiar with that now.
Hasbara is a group of in Israel of people that in these chat shops all over the place that go around constantly, bombarding you with their beliefs and then attack anybody that says something about against any Jewish belief or whatever. It's true. Look up Hasbara.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff. Like I said before, back and forth between the the UFO community and the I was looking at all the societies and where the money was going. I'm like, that's a lot of money. I'm paying a lot of money in taxes. I'm like, what are they doing with it? Most people don't even know the name of a person, a mayor, or anybody that represents themselves in a small town or even in their own state. They don't know. It's maybe a senator if they're lucky. You don't even know the people that are running your towns and cities. Most of you don't, because you're not taught to. That's where it all starts. These people think we're paying themselves more than $800 grand a year to run a city. Come on, man. Okay, that's why I bought a webcam today, Bob, just for you, instead of the laptop, so I could do this.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. Well, you look great on it. All right, so let me see this.
So let me know how to adjust it, and if I need to move it up or whatever, I will. Okay, you'll tell me whatever you need me to do to make this look better.
Need to make it a little more vertical.
Okay, hold on here. I'm gonna make it. Let me make it full screen first. And that's not a touch screen. I actually got some of the stuff I just got today, so I'm like just learning it now. We're learning it together. Bear with me, friends. Bear with me.
All right.
Hold on here now. Let me get this one. I want to drop this thing. I'm going to scoop some of the stuff out of the way and not spill my barley pop here. And yeah. Okay. Let's see. It should just rest right here. So let me know if you need to adjust it. Can you see it now?
You're down at the bottom of the screen. Raise it up. Okay.
Oh, this is actually great. God, God, it sure does just provide.
All right, so tell us what we're looking at.
I didn't even know that was going to sit there like that. I love it.
Walk us through.
Let me make sure it's not too bright. And can you see it, or do you need me to adjust anything?
Yeah, can you cut down some of the light in your background, because I think it's creating.
Yeah, hold up, guys. You guys, I'm gonna get up for a second.
Yeah.
Just give me 1 second here. I'm gonna have to go under these wires, dude. This is funny. All right, hold on, you guys. I'll shut the door. All right, hold on here. Ugh. All right. Let's see here. Got this light off.
Now, this is actual footage that you've captured with your your night cam.
Yeah, with my equipment, I have all kinds of equipment. I have night vision lights. I have infrared. I have laser extenders. I have several different types of IR full spectrum cameras. I have cameras that are taped. So if somebody wants to, be a skeptic and say he's just, tricking us all with fake footage, and I'll just send them a tape in the mail and be like, oh, how do I do it on this? You know what I mean? None of this stuff's even edited. I mean, prior to this stuff, I wasn't messing with any of this stuff. I'm just learning cameras now and all this stuff now. I don't even know how to use any of the Photoshop crap. I have no reason to.
So right now, what we're seeing in your shot, that's the trees behind your home?
It is and it isn't. So I'll explain to you. And this is just, okay, you're going to see, if you look, you're going to see a facial expression. This isn't for joy, by the way, people. That's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. Stay away from psychiatrists, quack doctors, okay, and want to prescribe you stuff like chemicals. You don't need any chemicals in your brain. You know what I mean? Okay, so yeah, and like I said, have you guys seen the video, the one that I point out that's not my video, that I actually point out the ones that are standing next to the guy? That's when I first introduced them to people. That wasn't, the guy posted that video, and like 2 seconds later, I had responded with what was there that nobody knew. So I didn't even care about the shit. So all right, I'm gonna press play now, and we'll go. I'm gonna rewind it from the beginning now. What's happened here? Hold on, guys, bear with me. I'm sorry. Come on here. Oh, hope I didn't mess my internet by shutting that door. Come on, man. Okay. I don't know what the volume is on this. I'm gonna rewind it. Hold on. Okay. Okay. So this is prior to this video, there's one called a wake up call, and that was like 2 weeks ago. I took a break and I started, spreading the information. Oh no, I lost you. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Okay. Cool. After I put up a bunch, which I thought was sufficient amount of videos for people to go over, and then I started going around social media and spreading my message. And then I went on to other people's YouTube accounts and tried to, shut down the guys that were, turning people into more zombies. If you guys go talk to Jacob Israel and ask him what happens when I come onto his channel. It's pretty interesting. See, I think the door shut's affecting my internet, Bob. Hold on.
Yeah, it looks like they're blocking you out. It doesn't surprise me. This happens to a lot of UFO researchers.
Oh, dude, I got a brand new phone, and I already got to take it the day that next day, it doesn't even work right. Brand new phone. Look
at this. What is this?
Oh, this might be the wake-up call. It's actually right there. That's a pyramid. It's actually, it's the point of it's moving. I know I'm moving, but if you look at the point, the whole thing is kind of rotating. The reason why I don't put stuff on tripods, because you know what, guys, I'm constantly moving around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at some point, my video speaks for itself. You know what I mean? If it wasn't so pixelated, you could actually see shapes. They start to actually show shapes.
This craft is rather close to you, isn't it? It's not that high in the sky.
Oh, 10, 12 feet. I'm probably 50 feet back from it.
Wow. 50 feet. Wow.
Yeah, so I've been up very close. I've been several, like 2 or 3 feet from them. I interact with them. So there's stuff off camera that people don't see because they just don't want things on camera. I can get to a certain distance. It's like I said, getting to be able to go on a ship or be in their true presence. I'm still working towards that, Bob.
So you don't believe that you've been abducted at this point?
I don't think so, Bob. I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? Here's the thing. When I get the triangles on my body, they just appear. I'll be sitting there. Yeah, they just appear. I mean, if they can manipulate matter, I mean, they can manipulate matter. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they can transmute themselves as trees or whatever, I mean, or whatever they're going to do. I mean, if you really start looking at the background, they're not demons, you guys. Get that crap out of your heads, okay? What are they waiting for? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's all just to scare you into believing in or even accepting other things beyond yourself. Like I said, God is not sending a bunch of monsters to eat us up. That's so stupid. You know what I mean? Okay, if you look in the back, there's faces and stuff everywhere. Okay, you know what I mean? You start to see it. Look, you know what I mean?
Interesting.
You start to see, like, look at large faces and stuff. They're smiling at us, letting us know they peek in. There's one right there. Like its nose is the orb, but if you look at the rest of it, it's a face, a giant face.
Now, Christian, have you experienced the actual? Like some people see balls of light come down into their fields, like they do crop circles.
Yeah, like right there. There you go. There's your classic.
Is that what that is? Okay.
A guy's roof. Yeah, that's your classic. They're coming all different sizes. They're kind of like some of these are some are little dudes. There are all different kinds. Observing. I interact. Look at this creature right here.
Look at that's a triangle craft.
Yeah, no, it's actually a creature. Look at it. If you look at it as a neck, and there's a second part to it. It just looks
it's like a face. Oh, okay. I thought that was a ship. Sorry.
It's a being. That's a ship.
Oh my God.
Yeah. See the wings on it kind of spread out, like it looks like an angel in a way, kind of a bird. You know what I mean? Listen, we don't own the patent to the plane shape, guys. Okay, so these things can look like planes too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, we own the planes, so there can't be a plane-looking UFO. You know what I mean? If you look at some of the Aztec and Mayan and all their stuff, they've got plane-shaped craft. They got all kinds of weird stuff. You should look at some of the Hindu spacecraft and see how they try to explain it. The pyramids. They just found in a large pyramid, an open space the size of the Statue of Liberty, and they just found another Sphinx. They're digging up another Sphinx.
I've been hearing about that. This archaeology is upsetting the historians because it's throwing out the traditional timelines.
They found a liquid pond or a lake or whatever of mercury underneath Chichuan. And come on, man, it's so funny. Oh boy,
how fast?
Yeah, so there's actually a pyramid dig in Georgia. For those of you, anybody here lives in Georgia, there is.
Now, what is that we're seeing right now?
Oh, look at the little plant-looking face creatures when I hit my IR light. Did you see over there? Just all kinds of everything. It's just there's all those light beams and stuff. That's from them, and that's just they're trying to. My battery's getting ready to go dead, so they're giving me like a little like fireworks show on the way out. Isn't that cool?
Isn't that?
Look at that. Yeah, isn't that cool? They knew I was getting ready to go back. And they're like, let's give them a. Now, this one here, guys. This is amazing. This jackpot higher beamcraft was there's a friend of mine, and I won't mention his name right now, that showed me a video, and it's actually in my link down here the day before, and said that these ones were responsible for all the high, intricate crop circles that all over the world. The ones that not these debunkers, ones that go out and make their own. The ones that these are doing, dude. If you all really were just research and look at what they're doing, all the kernels are all turned and burnt. They can't explain it, man. I mean, you can measure it, but they can't explain it. But people have actually gotten some video of these things doing it. And this is the first time I've ever seen one of these, and they actually kind of look like they're going to crawl out of the craft. It's pretty neat. These ones are like supposed to be like 4 million years old. They're like pure. These are like 100% pure energy beings. You know what I mean? They're probably just showing us a representation of something just so that we can kind of like wrap our minds around it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can you lower your camera because it's a missing part of the image? There you go. Yeah. That's good.
If you want me to rewind it, I will.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that again. Just back up a little bit because I think.
Whatever you want me to do, let me know. Let's see where I got it on the right one here. Oh, this is something else. We don't want to do this one yet. What did I do? Oh man, hold on, you guys. I'm sorry. It's such a crazy way. It's going to make us do this now. This is ridiculous. How do I turn off these notifications? Yeah, and I don't like it when I don't have things all prepared, but that's the way it goes sometimes,
That's okay. I know technology can be challenging.
I'll put this up for 1 second because I need to adjust this. And why look at the cable or whatever line, and I'll fix it and put it back over there. This is just on the nuts. Sorry, you guys. Thanks for being patient. I'm a noob when it comes to doing this kind of live stuff. This is when normally everything messes up. Okay, hold on. Hey, the fan on me. I'm getting hot with that door shut. I'm gonna have to get some light in here. I'm gonna die. I'm in California, Northern California. Still warm here.
Well, it's warm here on the East Coast as well. It's been over about 100 today.
Yeah, I know what it's like. I don't, I suffer for a reason. It's all right. It's all good. Part of my, penance. You know what I mean? All right, let's see here. And I'll just have to deal with closing it back up in a second here. I just want to get this readjusted. Can you see me? Right, yeah. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. I believe I'm using this little pad thing. Really? Anything that go wrong will go.
Davis says that your video footage is very cool. She asked me to tell you she likes that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. You have no idea. Everything I'm doing is for you guys, man. Really, That's the truth. How do I get out of this?
Christine's in California. Hey, Christine. Good to see you.
I'm in Granite Bay, California. I can't. There's no point in not saying where I am. I'm in Granite Bay, California. So everybody wants to come get me. Here I am. Whatever. Your karma, not mine. All right, let's hear. I'm gonna back up here.
There's Juby G5. Hey, Juby. Good to see you. Thanks for being here tonight.
Welcome, everybody. We're coming in. Glad to have you. Okay, here we go. All right, we'll do this again. I might even be able to leave the light off with turning the door open. I'll just get it close enough to be okay.
Oh, we got somebody watching from Norway. Hi, Ellen from Norway.
We love you. We love you, Norway. Stay strong, you guys. Oh, what did I do?
So, now, what is this? This is the same video or a new one?
I gotta back it up again. Hold on.
Now, see, that is fascinating to me. That looks like a triangle craft.
Well, that's that one. Hold on. Yeah, I gotta see. I'm gonna go back up here. Can't you just cooperate for me, please? There we go. I'm up here. I tell you. I think it's because I'm hitting it with the tap thing here. And with a speaker over here. You got to hear.
Hey, Lady Carol. Carol's here. Here's Lynn, Creep Show.
And YouTube, thank you YouTube for making it difficult. Can't you guys just put it back to the way it was? I know you guys like watching my videos too. Why don't you just admit it, YouTube? You love my videos. You know you do.
I'm going to have the link to your channel below info box at the end of this.
Oh God, that looks like somebody I know is posting that the stuff I'm posting is evil. Come on, buddy. It's not evil. See what I'm saying? That's how they do it. So they don't understand. It's the end of the stars, which I really like the guy, and he does hit some right marks about stuff. But then, you know, if you don't understand it, your penal gland is gonna get full of stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be full of the baloney. He's gonna tell you. God, come on, man. Why everybody want to keep each other down with? You don't even know what you're talking about.
I want you to walk my viewers through this so you can explain what they're seeing here.
Okay, I'm gonna rewind it. Just 1 second. Let's see if I can get the volume up on this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the volume. Anyways, okay. So this is these are the craft. Can you see it?
Yeah.
So these are the craft that are and beings that are they're about 4 million years old, maybe older. This is what I've heard. And I've never experienced this type of being before. I've seen a video of them of another experiencer. The guy's got some good stuff. You see the link where I comment on it. They're the ones that are responsible for all the very beautiful, intricate, mathematical, you know, only some can measure is the crop circles that are all over the world. Most, I guess, are in England and New Zealand and stuff, I guess. And somebody took a video, which you'll see in that in the below, in the link below, and then you'll see that I had an experience with it the very next day. I was so blessed. But the problem is, this is how smart they are. They made some noises to the right of me, and I was like, "What is that?" Because I was going to get up and walk over to them, and as soon as I went back, I was going to get up, walk over, and looked away, they were gone.
Interesting.
There could my energy being at it the way that it is could affect them right now. So I'm going to stay back a little bit, you know. You know what I mean? Because of being a pure love and pure light, you know, it has no back. You know what I mean?
It looks like it's coming right over the hill.
Yeah, did you guys kind of notice how something was calling me almost out of the inside of it or something? It was like it was opening up and saying hi. That's how I gathered it, you know.
Well, as you can tell, it left. As soon as I got up and moved and unpaused and tried to look up closer to it.
And I talk about it right here. I'm like, oh, see, I talk about it where you don't learn if you don't try. You know what I mean? I always try to make contact, and they'll tell me if it's going to happen or not. You know, I just don't. You know, I'm not afraid. You know what I mean, guys? That's the thing. I'm not afraid. But I will tell you, there was a time I was afraid, and it's one of the videos when I was up out of my environment. I went up to East City up in Oregon, and the first night there, I filmed one of these beautiful orbs.
Now, what is it that we're seeing?
Oh, if you see the little tinier ones that are hiding, see, 2 weeks ago, this field was lush, and it was just a beautiful field. This is where the night before the construction guys come in and they're going to build houses there, they just tore everything up. So they were really hiding. They didn't really want to come out. Like I could sense that they were unhappy. Because we had destroyed the earth. You know what I mean? It's telling me what's going on. We scratch the earth up to put something there. You know what I mean? Instead of just living with the earth, we scratch it up, tear it up, use it, destroy it, and don't replace it back the way it was. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You can see the dirt now. Before it used to be grass. I used to go out there and lay down out there and just for hours. And learn and interact. This is just. You have to understand, you guys, this is a short video, and this is what I'm able to do. Imagine I'm out there 2 or 3 hours by myself without filming. I used to just not film. I would just interact. Because I wanted them to understand I wasn't trying to exploit them. I didn't want to exploit. You know what I mean? I want to hurt something that's a gift. Because I didn't want to lose it.
I hear you. I think this is absolutely fascinating. Christian, I'm going to let you take some questions now before we're going to have to wrap it up here in just a minute.
Absolutely.
But I didn't know if you guys had some questions that you want to ask Christian specifically. Allison, who's one of my viewers, Allison Six Costello, said that she actually witnessed a biomorphic craft. Would you feel would these be kind of in that line of biomorphic crafts?
No, I can't sit there and say that every single one of them is, because I don't believe that all of it are. I mean, there's a plasmoid anomaly group of people, and those are some amazing stuff, you guys. It's where they look like, has anybody ever seen any of that yet? Where they look like balloons and they're not? They'll go up in the sky really high, and they'll like shape shift, and strings will turn like a certain direction. Another one will come, the strings will turn in the opposite direction, and they'll turn the other direction. People have went and gotten like strands of balloons and sent them up there with them. The balloons just go away and these stay there. Pretty cool stuff.
Excuse me, I'm going to interrupt you. Mama Burgess threw out a question. She says, when did communication start for you?
Oh, I mentioned that earlier. It was strong communication where it was consistently started 2 weeks before the solar eclipse. That's when here's the thing. Like, I know nothing's a mistake. So when they started flashing in the sky at me, and I was like, what the heck's going on? And I started standing out there and we're like, what the hell is that? Is that a sundog? Or, is it a shooting star? I was like, there's something strange here. And then it was like, kept happening and it kept flashing. And this is something communicating. I went and got a laser pen. It was like 3, 3, 5, 5. I'm like, oh, hallelujah. And then at that point, I got up the next day and I went outside and there's maybe 2 or 3 clouds in the sky. This is the cool part. And I got on my knees and said, God, please tell me what's going on. Because you know how I am. I said, that I'm going to pursue this. I tried to when I was younger, but my life got in the way, and I wasn't able to, to do some of the things I wanted to do. I'd already had sight and seeing other things. Like, did I show you the picture of a little creature? I could just point out stuff. I just no, whatever. But and that at that point, I made it. That I'm going to pursue it. I'm going to discover and where this goes. And then as more I dove into it, more equipment I bought. But the next day, like I said, I got my answer when I got on my knees, prayed to God. These clouds came flying at me. It was it's like Harry Potter. The thing was weird, but I'm like, there be things that's evil. Just you get out what you put out. You know what I mean? Anyways, whatever you allow in is what you allow in. So and you let it control you. So don't let it consume you. Plus the next day, remember, 24 hours, a new day. So let that all go.
Bill,
and then the cloud thing came at me like really fast too. I wish I would have videoed it. I was in shock, because it was like stopped. And then it formed a gray alien head, and then it formed underneath it, which somebody else pointed out. Because I could only see the gray alien at that point. Well,
that leads to the question. We got a question in the chat. Billy Mayer says, what type of ETs are you encountering? Is it the Greys, do you believe?
I think the Greys initially were maybe made first contact with me, but then it moved past them. Whatever they thought they were going to do was I didn't stay just with me. I knew there was more. I didn't focus on them. So if they had any type of power that they're going to have over me, I just pushed them aside. Not on purpose, you know what I mean? I wanted to pursue and experience other things, you know what I mean? So that's when I realized that there was a much kinder being that's more wants to do things. Where the Greys are, I don't know what their problem is, but I haven't spent enough time with them to understand. But, I don't know. Malevolent, benevolent, some are, yes, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't, like I said, I don't want anything bad in my, into my energy or chakra, or why would you want something that's want to hurt you be around you? You know what I mean? So you do what you do with yourself, and I know how to do that. So, but with these, it's just a whole other thing. It's amazing. And like I said, the fact that I seen those ones that made the field, crop circles was a kid blessing. I was just like, woo, So.
Well, it's fascinating. The triangle craft that a lot of people are seeing, I believe a lot of those are piloted by gray aliens.
I don't know. I don't, maybe, but I just don't think so.
Okay.
They're generally in the little round silver disc looking things and stuff.
T Rose Lover just asked a question. She says, do you think that the aliens might hurt you? Do you have any fear or any sense of danger?
Not at all. No. Nope.
That's good.
Well, why? They were already done it. You know what I mean? What are they waiting for? Their technology.
I agree with you.
But it's a big question. Way beyond. But that's the thing. Remove the fear, because the fear has been put there by the people that want you to have the fear. They don't want you to have an open mind. Those of us, I'm 45, that remember what it was like to grow up when we had freedom of expression and all that, because we went out running with each other and we learned from each other. We wouldn't sit around, these things going, screw you, you know what I mean? And it's on there for everybody forever see, forever. And then, corporate gets a job making hold against you. You know what I mean? Come on. Some things are supposed to be left in the past, and that's including some conversations we have with each other. And having this, being able to go back and look at something you said somebody 6 months ago, if you want to look at it as a karma experience, I look at it as a way to hurt yourself continuously forever if you'd like to, and then the person as well. When they don't need to do that, we just need to learn to forgive each other and let go of this chat and where it's stored and you can be remembered and used. You know what I mean? Remember, I told you all, language has an immense amount of power that we don't respect, understand, or use right. We're like I said, we're like ninjas running around attacking each other with the knowledge of a white belt. You know what I mean? But we're using ninja, attacks and like, yeah, you know what I mean?
I got to jump in here. Billy Mayer just asked a good question. He says, do you think that they will invite you onto their craft someday?
I do, and when I have, I've learned to totally cut the shit, and be the best version of myself that then I can get on there and not harm them and not freak out and think stuff. Because imagine if I get on the ship and I'm thinking they're bad, they're gonna kill me. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm already personifying something onto them that I shouldn't be doing at all. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right? If they come in peace and I come in peace, why am I thinking about them not coming in peace and about bad shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. I got another question. I got to jump in here. Creep Show asked, he said, where do you think the aliens come from? That's interesting.
Everywhere, all over the place.
Well, back in the 1950s, Desmond Leslie encountered beings from Mars and Venus. Mm-hmm. And I think there's life within our own solar system. That's my personal belief.
Probably dimensions, simply just crossing, over to another dimension. You know what I mean? Sure. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like the ocean, when we go down and discover the creatures that were living off of the plumes of the volcanic, chemical, compound that they'll learn to adapt to down there. There's no oxygen. We're living on sulfur and carbon. I mean, that should be a good indicator that if they can live on that stuff down there with that pressure and what I mean, they're there to teach. They're there to teach us that there is a possibility of other things. We don't even see it.
I agree. Billy, you got to forgive me. I actually have to go to some readings tonight, so I'm going to have to close this down for now. But I want to just personally say thank you. Thank you for taking the time to be here. Thank you for sharing your footage. You guys, some people have said that the link I put in for your channel isn't working, so I'm going to go back and check that. But we will have a link to Christian the Man. I would encourage you guys, please go over, study his footage. I can tell you as a professional psychic, this is not fake. I, as a psychic, can psychically read what he's doing, and I can tell you it is very real. And I really encourage you to study his work, subscribe to his channel. Let's, interact, because together we're all growing. And, the more the merrier, as I say. So,
I mean, look at it. Y'all want to be Jedi Knights and whiz through the universe and craft or unicorns or whatever it is. If you believe in everything, why? I mean, let's go have fun. I'm tired of all this baloney, all this garbage and evil, and I want to help the children that you want to help too. You know what I mean? And get rid of these people. Either they're going to transform. We can't fight evil. We got to transform it. Okay, that's the important thing. They're either going to transform, or we'll have to do something that we don't want to do. But we have to all make that choice.
I think that's well said, and I'm in agreement with you. Well, guys, listen. Thank you for being here. Christian, thanks for being here. Guys, keep it here at Spirit Channel. After this video processes, we'll have the links for Christian. I'll look at his precious little one. And, I encourage you to connect with him, study his work, because, you saw a little snippet here today, but when you sit down and watch all of his videos, you're going to really see the dedication that he's put into this. And I think it's very important. I thank you for your service to humanity and to the earth and to the universe. And I'm looking forward to following what you do.
Bob, before we go, if that's okay. Now, Bob is, you understand what it's like to be Bob, you guys? I mean, before I ever touched this channel, I knew the hurt, and this man is willing to take. The Fire and Brimstone channels, all they ever do is attack and attack and attack and point fingers. Watch 3 of his videos and you want to join him for lunch, you want to sit there and listen to his conversations, because that's what being genuine is about. So how can somebody who's a witch be evil if all he ever wants to do is share his life with you and help you to be a better person? Is he telling you to go out and judge that person, attack that person, get the Bible and throw it at him? Has he done any of that? No. He hasn't even attacked any of the very people that attack him. That's to tell you something. I should tell you something, guys.
Well,
Love
thank
Bob.
you. I think it's great that you're here, and I'm so honored to meet you. And I thank you for your time, because I know you have a lot of time constraints on you as well.
You all understand.
And,
Go ahead, Bob. I'm sorry.
well, I just want to thank you. And listen, guys, keep it here at Spirit Channel. We got more coming. Tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Saturday. We're going to have our spiritualist class tomorrow, so make sure to be here. We're going to continue studying Sylvia Browne's book, The Mystical Traveler, and so make sure to be here for that. And in the meantime, go over to Christian's channel tonight, subscribe to him, study his work. You know, I always say it, you know, you can't fake it. The work speaks for itself, and you'll see it. Christian, thanks again for being here. Guys, we got to shut down. I send blessings to all of you, and we'll see you tomorrow here for the spiritualist class. And in the meantime, Christian, you going to put out any more videos tonight and tomorrow?
You better believe it. I have stuff, Bob, that I haven't even touched. I have a lot of old archive stuff that I'm still going through. You know, I'm looking for the good stuff. You know, so yeah.
All
if
right.
I have to sit, if I have McDonald's somewhere in some small town in the middle of nowhere, I'll do it. You know,
Awesome.
you can't stop me, and you can't stop the movement, people, because we're taking it all back.
Amen to that. The truth is out there. All right, guys, we'll see you back here tomorrow. In the meantime, go check out Christian. I'm going to check the link. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Blessed be. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Christian. Good night. Blessed be.